First one to say thanks for allowing me to invite myself to your presentation. Hopefully you see the American Bath Group on your screen.
Yes, we can.
Wonderful. Okay. What I want to do really today is three things. One, introduce you to American Bath Group. That's a real short little deal. Then we're going to go over the codes presentation. And then thirdly, we have a Matterport site, which is going to be a camera that takes a bunch of 3D pictures that gets us the ability to walk through a trailer. So those are my three objectives. Hopefully that would meet your expectations. So American Bath Group. You may not have heard of American Bath Group, but American Bath Group started in 2017. And basically, when Praxis companies acquired the Clarion product and the Sperlin products was the impetus of the American Bath Group. So once Aquatic was brought on board, that's when American Bath Group really started. And then today, it's a collection of 18 different manufacturers. And we're manufacturing everything from a tub that goes into a Clayton mobile home to a trench drain shower that goes into the Boston Medical Center. So just, we have a bunch of products. My job is to talk to architects and engineers and find out what product they're looking for their projects. So have a wide variety of products that we can talk about. As far as our manufacturing footprint, we go all the way across the United States and into Canada. So we can actually make product closest to where your projects are being built. So we think that that's a pretty important thing. Philanthropically, American Bath Group, ABG Gives. Those 5 national charities started in 2018, 2019, and 2020. $2 million, $1 million each year was given away to those charities. So something we're proud of there. Getting into products specifically, Boots is an enameled on steel product, both a tub on the left and on the right there's a shower base. Interesting thing about Boots, they make 4,000 units per day. So as far as production, they can make a bunch of products. IMI, International Marble Industries, which would be a cultured marble product. If you stayed at a Hampton or a Marriott type product, you've probably been in a Mincy marble and or a cultured marble product. IMI, we understand who the 10,000-pound gorilla is, and we're doing everything that we can to make products better, have them shipped to job sites so that it's efficiently used by the people that are making the new buildings or the renovations. American Bath Group really starts with the fiberglass reinforced product. So upper left-hand side would be the back side of an ANSI B 48-inch shower, noticing the reinforcements around the horizontal portion and the vertical. In the middle and on the lower left would be some trench drain products that are designed to go on top of flat level concrete, but ADA products sometimes allow water to escape. Those trench drain products do an absolutely fabulous job of collecting all of the water from those showers. On the right-hand side, you have a 60-inch tub shower and a 60-inch shower only. So a bunch of full showers. This slide basically is some of our drop-in products and sectional pieces. On the lower right, you have a aging in place multi-piece shower. Doesn't meet the ADA requirements because of the size requirements, but aging in place, if you take out a tub, which is a 60-inch stud-to-stud dimension, we do have a 60-inch stud-to-stud dimension multi-piece shower for aging in place. Everything that we looked at prior to this slide was product that's made from a mold. These products on this page, sorry, I'm not the best at putting together a PowerPoint, but these are all custom products. On the right-hand side, that would be cultured marble with custom drain locations, custom sizes. On the left-hand side of the page, in the middle would be trench drains where they had a beam problem and they had to have still wanted a trench drain, but they wanted to move that drain connection from the center of the drain. And then on the left-hand side would be would be a solid surface product that goes into the Pittsburgh Allegheny Health network that they were building. American Bath Group also has shower doors. 4 companies that make shower doors, IMI, Dreamline, Coastal, and Max, all have shower doors. And then Mr. Steam, latest addition to American Bath Group, Mr. Steam. If you look kind of at the center of the page, you can look at the steam generation equipment that would be kind of underneath a mantle there, kind of a hideaway. The white area has the steam generating equipment, and then the outlets inside of the steam room. So that kind of gives you a background of American Bath Group. Any questions so far? I know we're all really excited about the ADA presentation. Hopefully I'll make it as entertaining as possible. And where we're going to go is ADA, Americans with Disability Act, FHA, Fair Housing Act, and ICC A117.1 is ANSI. My plan, my hope is that I'm going to give you the information that's going to be very easy to remember, so it'll be very easy to bring back into memory as you're doing your projects, right? If we want to go into more details, please raise a hand and or scream out. I love questions. I think that you guys would get more out of this presentation the more questions that you ask. So ADA, first passed Congress 1990, but there were updates that were made in 2010 to make some changes to the ADA Act. Where does ADA apply? We all know ADA applies to all commercial buildings. Not an expert in all of ADA. What we're going to talk about today is going to be really 4 showers. There's the 36-inch transfer shower. There's the 60-inch roll-in shower. There is going to be a 60-inch alternate roll-in shower, not pictured, and then the tub showers also. So transferring to the transfer showers, 608.2.1 says that transfer shower is going to be exactly 36 inches side to side and 36 inches front to front. That's not stud to stud dimensions. That's going to be the inside dimensions of that shower. The change in 2010 said that the clear floor space in front of that shower is 36 inches on the approach and 48 inches on the side to side. So 48 inches over the 36-inch opening. That 12 inches needs to be on the seat side so that the wheels of a wheelchair can wheel past that wall where the seat mounts, and the hip of the person in the wheelchair would be adjacent to the seat in the shower. The threshold on the transfer shower is a 1/2 inch. Pictured is a 1/2 inch vertical. You can also have a 1/2 inch change of level, but the transfer shower allows for a 1/2 inch. All American Bath Group products are designed to go on top of subfloor. No recesses required, but with that being said, we need to understand what the thickness is of the finished floor so that we can have that 1/2 inch reveal. Some American Bath Group showers have a 5/8 inch threshold. Some of them have a 1 inch threshold. We just need to make sure that we find the right shower with the right threshold to match up to the thickness of the finished floor in the rest of the bathroom. That shower valve is going to be opposite the seat, and it's going to be above the grab bar. It's going to be from the center line of the shower to the entrance side, a maximum of 15 inches. So it's going to be 38 inches above the floor, maximum of 48 inches above the floor for that volume control and handheld shower. That transfer shower is going to have both a seat and an L-shaped grab bar. The L-shaped grab bar pictured is going to be a continuous one-piece L-shaped grab bar. It could also be 2 bars in the shape of an L. That seat is either going to be a fold-up seat or it's going to be a molded seat. So to recap the transfer showers, to make it easy for me to remember, has to be exactly 36 by 36. Clear floor space is 36 by 48. You're allowed a 1/2 inch threshold. The shower valve is opposite the seat. There's a seat and there's an L-shaped grab bar. Any questions, concerns on the transfer shower? Rolling on into the roll-in shower.
Is the information you're providing strictly for ADA, or is this a combined summary for ADA, fair housing, and others?
First,
Can you just...
First
Okay,
25 slides is going to be just ADA.
Okay.
Then there'll be just slides covering FHA, and then there'll be another section of slides that are going to be ANSI.
Okay, and are you identifying where they conflict with each other, or which one is more stringent?
I can.
Okay. If you can make those points, I think that would be of great value. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's going to be more important in the ANSI. But yes, I will. Again, if you have a specific question, we'll be happy to go over it. But was the transfer shower, did that information meet your expectations?
Made sense to me. Thank you.
Okay. 608.2.2 says that roll-in shower is going to be a minimum of 60 inches side to side and a minimum of 30 inches front to back. That's one reason why the wet room concept still meets the ADA requirements. The wet room, the whole room becomes the shower. That means that wet room is a minimum of 60, minimum of 30. The clear floor space in front of that roll-in shower is going to be 30 inches on the approach and 60 inches on the side to side. Prior to 2010, a roll-in shower needed to be flush and level with the rest of the bathroom. After 2010, 303 became part of the 608 requirement. So on the top detail, we show the change of level. So the 1 to 2, 1/2 inch rise over a 1 inch run, but that's a 1/2 inch dimension, right? So overall 3/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, that is vertical, and then there's a 1/2 inch change of level. On the bottom, again, 3/4 inch overall height threshold shower that sits on subfloor, but if you're going straight vertical, you're only allowed a 1/4 of an inch straight vertical. The one that's not pictured, apologize for that, is going to be you are allowed a 1/4 of an inch vertical and a 1/4 of an inch change of level. As a stall manufacturer, we don't manufacture that style, so that's not pictured here. But so 3 styles of thresholds for that roll-in shower, 1/2 inch change of level, 1/4 of inch straight vertical, and then the 1/4 by 1/4.
Do you guys manufacture a compressible threshold that could be used to help manage the water?
Yes, we do offer the collapsible dams. In my history, where it was approved by inspectors, where as it's collapsed, as you've rolled over it, you're still having to meet those 1/4 of an inch vertical or 1/2 inch change of level.
Correct.
Yes, we do offer the collapsible dams. When you put a seat into a roll-in shower, that shower valve has to be on the back wall. If you can imagine being seated, your arm is not going to reach 60 inches across to the opposite wall across from the seat, and it would be very difficult as you were seated to reach behind your head and to adjust the water temperature. So that shower valve has to be on the back wall, which then means that the handheld shower is also on that back wall. A lot of people have added a diverter valve there and added a fixed shower head opposite the seat so that there's not water blowing directly at the shower curtain. When there's no seat in the roll-in shower, thought process is you're staying in your wheelchair and you're rolling in. And if you're rolling in, you can roll to any of the three walls and adjust that temperature. So again, with a seat, shower valves on the back wall. When there's no seat and there's three bars in the shape of a U, you can put that shower valve on any of the three walls. The grab bars on that shower. So on the left, figure A, sometimes called a U-bar shower, that would be three bars in the shape of a U. On the right, figure B, that's going to be that shower with a seat, and there's two bars in the shape of an L, sometimes called an L-bar shower. You'll never have a grab bar above a seat, as it would conflict with you leaning back into that spot. Again, the important dimensions on the grab bars is the start of the grab bar is a maximum of 6 inches away from the adjacent wall. Here's the alternate roll-in, about 4 or 5 slides on the alternate roll-in. This is going to be a shower that has labeled as the front wall, sometimes referred to as a wing wall. This is going to be a shower that has a little bit of a privacy wall put in. The important dimensions to meet ADA is going to be the opening has to be a minimum of 36 inches, and from where the front wall or where the seat mounts, would mount on that front wall to the back wall is also going to be 36 inches. Here's an overhead picture that we did for a memory care project. If you look opposite the seat or on the room side where the seat is, you'll see that there's a shower valve there. That shower valve they wanted to put on the outside of the shower. Being a memory care facility, they didn't want the person on the inside of the shower to be able to adjust that water temperature. Not meeting the ADA requirements because they need to have that on the inside of the shower to meet ADA. But again, they wanted that on the outside for a memory care project. This slide is really referencing the grab bars that are on the inside of the shower, one adjacent to the seat, one opposite the seat on the back wall, and then there's one on the entrance side also. The controls, if you want to meet ADA for this wing wall shower or alternate roll-in shower, is going to be on the inside of the shower, just adjacent to the seat on the side wall, or across from the seat on the back wall. If there's no seat, you could also have that shower valve on the side wall on the entrance. Tub shower. Pictured is a tub shower with the removable seat. We know that because there's 4 grab bars there. The clear floor space requirement for the bathtub on the left is the removable seat, and that's going to be 30 inches on the approach and the length of the bathtub. On the right, there's a permanent seat at the end, and that clear floor space is going to be 30 inches on the approach, the length of the bathtub, including the seat, and an additional 12 inches. With that being said, I've been on a couple of presentations from ICC and a few other folks. I believe that the roll-in shower in the next update will have that additional 12 inches on that roll-in shower if there's a seat in that roll-in shower. Right now it's a requirement on the transfer shower. It's a requirement on the tub shower with a permanent seat, but it's not a requirement on the roll-in shower. The roll-in shower clear floor space is 30 by 60. The controls in the bathtub are going to be from the center line to the entrance side. the grab bars in the bathtub. When there's a permanent seat, there's 3 grab bars, 2 on the back wall, 1 on the control wall. And with the removable seat, there's 4 grab bars, 2 on the back wall, and then 1 on either end. Grab bars specifically. We use a company called Seachrome to purchase our grab bars and our seats. On the left-hand side of the page, there's a white grab bar, there's a beige grab bar, and there's a T-style grab bar. Those would make your projects not look so institutional versus the stainless steel versions. Those are stainless steel, they're just powder coated so that they don't look so institutional. The change in 2010 was that you can now use as small as 1 1/4 inch grab bar or as large as 2 inch. The important dimension is still going to be from the wall to the start of the grab bar is 1.5 inches. That's the dimension that was determined would be best so that as you fall, you wouldn't get your arm stuck in between wall and grab bar. That's the dimension that they wanted to have there. Spacing above a grab bar and below a grab bar. 12 inches needs to be clear above a grab bar. Again, the thought process was as you're falling, you want to be able to fall and land on the grab bar. You don't want to bounce off of a, say, let's call it a soap ledge and miss the grab bar. Just 1.5 inches below is the clear space. Pictured on the right would be recessed soap niches. The real reason this slide is in this presentation is we've had to remove soap ledges out of our showers so that we weren't in violation of that 12 inches clear above a grab bar. But we do offer recessed soap niches as well as corner soap ledges. The walls of the shower are reinforced. The grab bar needs to meet the 250 load pound rating, pull straight out or pull straight down. Requirement for ADA is 250. American Bath Group tests everything at 300. Seats in bathtubs and seats in showers. The seat in the bathtub is going to be 17 and 19 inches off the floor, and it's going to be a minimum of 15 inches in depth. The seat in the shower, again, is going to be 17 and 19 inches off the floor, but because the depth of the shower changes from 30 to 32 to 36, the size of the seat's going to change. The important dimension, like the grab bar, from the back wall to the start of the seat is a maximum of 1.5 inches. And then the way they wrote this, 610.3, the front edge of the seat to compartment entry, not to the front edge of the shower, but to compartment entry is a maximum of 3 inches. Grandma doesn't need to be jumping more than 3 inches from her wheelchair to the seat in the shower. We're going to talk about that more when we talk about the return flange on the shower. The seat in the shower, again, to meet ADA, is going to be 250 pounds. Again, the standard seats for American Bath Group are all 300-pound load rated. I did see a note earlier about bariatric. If you are doing a bariatric shower, we can get you a 1,000-pound load-rated seat and a 1,000-pound load-rated grab bar. That seat is going to have some drop-down legs, and the mounting for the seat. Let me back up just a couple. That's not where I wanted to go.
I can't talk to her. I'm on a seminar.
Okay. So anyway, we do have a 1,000-pound load-rated seat and 1,000-pound load-rated grab bars. So everything that I just spoke about came from this website. I'll try to point out the differences between ADA and FHA and ANSI as we go along, but those are the minimum requirements for ADA. Is there a question we have at this point?
You had a slide early where you showed, I think 3 different things. You showed a university, and I think you were showing something about housing and maybe healthcare. Is there I know there's like some HUD issues yeah, I know there's some HUD issues, but I am curious, and I'm the one that had the question about the bariatric. I am curious about the differences between what you see in the criteria for hospitals and how you address those as compared to what you would do for, like some FHA requirement.
I got you. Yes, in a minute, we're going to talk about ANSI. ANSI does have some stipulations as percentages of, typically ADA is 10% of the building has to meet the ADA requirement. ANSI goes into creating your state building codes. If you're doing, this is getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but if you're doing a rehabilitation hospital, everyone in the hospital is basically needing rehabilitation help. Everything that the patients use needs to be ADA compliant. If you're doing a nursing home, I believe it's 50%, and then it goes back to the 10% of the total building if it's just a regular senior care or student living facility. Did I get close to answering your question?
Oh, that's good.
Okay. FHA, the Fair Housing Act. The government loves initials too. There's also a Federal Housing Authority, and those two are not interrelated, other than you could get Federal Housing Authority as you're building your apartment complex. The Fair Housing Act is actually part of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, where you can't discriminate against somebody because of race, color, religion. But in 1988, so 1968 was the first law, 1988 was the second law. 1988, you can't discriminate because of disabilities. So unique thing about both ADA and FHA is they're federal laws, and they're really enforced by lawyers. Gotcha. In that previous slide where I had the 3 different buildings and we said, where does ADA apply? All commercial buildings. All right, so now where does FHA apply? FHA applies to a building that has more than 4 dwelling units in it. It passed Congress in '88. The grace period was until 1991. Every ground floor unit needs to meet the FHA guidelines, and then every floor serviced by an elevator needs to meet the FHA guidelines. So what are some possibilities? Apartments, senior living facilities, dormitories, military barracks. Condominiums are a little bit unique. My daughter has a 2-story condominium where the ground floor needs to meet all of the requirements, but there's steps on the inside of her unit. The upstairs does not need to meet the FHA requirements. Hotels do not need to meet the FHA requirements unless they take reservations for more than a month. If they take a reservation for more than a month, they need to meet the FHA requirements. Condos, like apartments, also need to meet the FHA requirements. I don't know why I'm not switching slides the way I want to, but again, I'm not going to be an expert in all FHA. What we're going to cover today is requirement 6 and requirement 7, as those deal more with the bathrooms. FHA passed Congress in '88, and it basically gave an overall, you can't discriminate against somebody. So my joke that I love to say is little Johnny goes to North Carolina Chapel Hill, their basketball team loses, he goes out, drinks too much, breaks his leg. He needs to be able to stay in his dorm room but we need to be able to put grab bars and seats in his shower so that he can still use that shower efficiently. What this slide is about is going to be the safe harbors. The safe harbors are going to be the specifics as to how to meet the overall reaching Fair Housing Act requirements. 9 safe harbors have been published and accepted as safe harbors. What we're going to talk about in this presentation, next 10 or 20 slides, is going to be number 4 on this list, which is going to be the HUD guidelines and regulations. Sorry about that. And that's what we've noticed would be the most widely used safe harbor that people are using. Requirement 6 says that we're going to have reinforcements so that we can add grab bars at a later date. Here's the blocking on the left for the shower, for a tile shower that would be able to add the grab bars and a seat. And on the right, we have blocking in the wall of the tub so that we could add the grab bars for the tub grab bars. Here's going to be a shower that has the reinforcements in the shower itself. So as this gets attached to studs, the reinforcements would be there so that you would be able to add the grab bars. Little sidebar note just right here for a second. Grab bars are required for both the 36-inch shower, the 48-inch shower, and the 60-inch shower. The seat reinforcements is only required on the 36-inch shower. The 48-inch shower does not need to be reinforced for a seat. Here's going to be an example of a shower that does not meet the FHA requirements, partly because of the size of the shower, but partly because of the red arrows are pointing at a soap shelf. The soap shelf, if you mounted the grab bar on top of the soap shelf, you're going to be more than 1.5 inches in between the shelves. If you mounted the grab bar on the flat wall that's on the back, you would be farther than 6 inches away from the adjacent wall. So again, shower that does not meet the requirements. Here's a tub shower that does meet all of the FHA requirements. Nice flat back wall. If you specify the 6032 ANSI B or FHA shower, you'll probably get the builder backing option, which is the builder backing option on the top on the right-hand side. If you want full wall reinforcements, just write in your specifications that you want full wall reinforcements, and that can be done also. Here's an example of a tub shower that does not meet FHA. Again, red arrows pointing at that soap shelf area. Again, it's one that's going to be sloped. It's going to be hard to get a 250 load pound rated grab bar attached to a non-flat surface. And again, in between where the towel bar is, you would be greater than 1.5 inches off of the wall. So again, not meeting FHA requirements. Requirement 7 has to do with clear floor space. So the FHA requirements for a shower is that the clear floor space is going to be 30 by 48. Again, the extra 12 inches would be over the 36-inch. The shower is a minimum of 36 by 36. So the extra 12 inches needs to be opposite the shower valve. The other thing that was in or was not in the safe harbors was a mention of a threshold. So we asked for a clarification from ICC. ICC sent us back a letter that says there is no mention of a threshold and not a requirement in FHA. So let's talk about clear floor space and the requirement for the 3 inches to compartment entry. Although this slide is in the FHA presentation, the overhead view showing the person in the wheelchair talks about a 36 by 48 clear floor space. That would be an ADA requirement. If it was just FHA, it would be 30 by 48. But if we look right below that to the overhead picture of the shower that has the circle on it, on the left-hand side of the shower has a forward-facing nailing flange, which would have been standard in the industry prior to 2010, 2012. On the right-hand side is what is referred to as a return flange. That return flange has a front edge that comes out, returns back 1 inch so that there would be a nailing flange so that the sheetrock drywall comes into the side of the shower where the blue tape is, so that we can verify that from compartment entry, which is also the start of the shower, is 3 inches, maximum of 3 inches from compartment entry to the front edge of the seat. If the seat were on the other side of the shower and you had a forward-facing nailing flange, you would be relying on the field fabricating framing contractor, drywall contractor to make sure that you're within 3 inches of compartment entry. It would be very difficult for that to happen. So that return flange becomes very important in those situations. Here's a base that also has that. It doesn't have exactly a return flange, but it does not have a forward-facing nailing flange. Sheetrock and tile are designed to come into the side of this shower base, and then obviously the blocking for your grab bars and seat would be in the wall if you're going to use an FHA base only. Here is a picture of a base that does not meet the FHA requirements. You'll see the shower valve on the left-hand side of the wall, which means on the right-hand side of the wall would be a seat, and directly in front of that base there's about 1 inch or 2 of wall that comes out, and that would preclude that shower from meeting the clear floor space requirement. That ends the FHA portion of this presentation. Are there questions on FHA?
So even in FHA, the clear space for those stalls is 36 by 36 clear, tile to tile.
That is correct. Thank you for pointing that out. That's not stud to stud. That's inside ID dimension, minimum of 36 side to side, minimum of 36 front to back, which means you could have a 48-inch side to side as long as it's 36 inches front to back.
Okay, and is that within the confines from front to back? Is that within the confines of the actual tub pan or shower pan, or can that include the space in front of it?
That cannot include the space in front of it. That's from front threshold to back wall.
So what product size should we be specifying and to get that? Are we specifying a 38-inch in both directions because of it, particularly if we're dealing with a pan versus a compartment? And what should we be doing our stud to studs on for products that you rep or just as an industry standard?
Interesting that you say that. We created model numbers that had a lot of the stud to stud dimensions. So we've got a base that has I'll try to say it slowly, XSB, B for base, 3838 SH, or we have a shower, an XST, 3838 SH, because we're trying to make sure that you're thinking about stud to stud dimensions. Roll-in showers. We'll have an XST 62 by 32. Again, that would be an ADA number, but we do try to give you, obviously it doesn't work in every instance, but we do try to remind people to think about stud to stud dimensions.
And that assumes a 1/2-inch drywall, or is that standard fire rated drywall? Do you know?
Our nailing flange area is roughly 1 inch.
Okay.
And would the model numbers that you specified to us, we come across these comments with regards to rough openings, by any chance, do you have a website that you can share with us, or a manual of those selections that has those clear openings?
Carlo, yeah, thank you. Let me finish this, and then when I get done with ANSI, I will pull up a website and we can look at it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, I have one more question as well. The detail you showed one slide back about the shower recessed 2 inches. Yeah, we have a common detail in our drawings that shows we will put a 60-inch bathtub in a recess similar to that, where you would have a 60-inch clear floor space. Have you received any feedback from anyone on that kind of detail as well?
I'm trying to get back to, and I'm assuming this is going to be an ADA requirement, or is this going to be an FHA requirement? Which code are we? FHA. So the FHA clear floor space is only 30 by 48. So if you have a 60-inch tub, you're meeting the clear floor space requirement of 30 by 48. Unless you have a 48-inch tub. I mean, even if you have a 48-inch tub, you're still meeting. If you have a 46-inch tub, then you're not meeting it. But
right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
One quick thing I just wanted to put out to everybody. We have to always remember that the dimensions we need to remember are the finished dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to incorporate that into our design, regardless if we're using a prefab thing or if we're doing something where they have to tell the finish. We have to remember we have to keep that clear, that final dimension of whatever, if it's a transfer shower, a roll-in shower, or a bathtub, that dimension is clear and to the finish.
Thank you. And one of the benefits of using a stall type shower is that product is made from a mold, and that mold is going to be the right dimensions to meet the ADA requirements. So thank you. Yes. ANSI. Why are we talking about ANSI? Back one slide. ANSI was last updated in 2017. A lot of state building codes are still using 2009. Some of them are using something before 2009. But ANSI is important because IBC and ICC adopt ANSI as part of their state building codes. From a previous question, ANSI has both type A units and ANSI has type B units. ANSI type A units, again, if you're doing hotels, it's only 2% that needs to be ANSI compliant. If you're doing that rehabilitation hospital, it's 100%. If you're nursing homes, it's 50%. Hospitals or general buildings, it's 10%. So there's getting into your percentages of how many units have to meet the ANSI A or ADA requirements. ANSI Type B is the same as FHA, almost exactly. So to compare and contrast ADA transfer showers and ANSI transfer showers, both ADA and ANSI requirements, exactly 36 by 36, half-inch threshold, shower valve opposite the seat. There's an L-shaped grab bar, all common for both ADA and ANSI. And then ANSI wants a minimum 18-inch vertical entry bar. So ANSI has an extra bar. ANSI also wants 36 by 52 for a clear floor space. Two big differences between ADA and ANSI, a vertical entry bar and a larger clear floor space.
That's for the 17 ANSI, not the 2000.
This would be 2017 ANSI. That is correct. So I don't believe this is part of this. Well, take that back. This is part of South Carolina's state code, but it's not part of, I don't know Virginia's state code, if I have to be honest with you. On the roll-in showers, ANSI only recognizes the roll-in shower with a seat. So common for ADA and ANSI, both. Minimum of 60, minimum of 30. Half-inch change of level, quarter of an inch vertical. There's going to be a seat. The shower valve is going to be on the back wall. There's going to be an L-shaped grab bar. Additionally, ANSI wants a minimum 18-inch vertical entry bar. The clear floor space is the same for ADA and ANSI. So the only difference on the roll-in showers is one, ANSI requires the seat, the shower with the seat, and ANSI wants a vertical entry bar.
So this, we run into conflict on this one with UFAS because one, the L-shaped bar is shown in UFAS. It's actually a U-shaped bar that's shown in UFAS. And in DC, their inspectors, they'll accept the three-part bar, but they don't want the seat. They tell us to take the seat out, and they want the bar on all three sides, plus the vertical. So we wind up, because the only bar that's shown in the UFAS diagrams is the U-shaped bar, we wind up getting in trouble with any kind of publicly financed job in DC because the ANSI code is in conflict with the UFAS code, and we're then subject to the whims of the inspector, be it the building inspector or the housing agency inspector. So just for our team and anybody else who is doing work in DC, these roll-in showers, it's best to have a conversation with your building inspector and with your, the inspector, whether it's DCHA or the financing agency that you're dealing with, to make sure that you land on a solution earlier rather than later when you're going for your C of O.
Well, UFAS has the bars on the three sides because it didn't require a seat. However, if you put a seat in, that bar on the seat wall goes away.
Right, but I'm telling, we just run into this where they made us take the seat out and put the bar in. They were adamant about it. So we wound up doing a movable seat, and we wound up having that third bar in. They would not give us the approval to occupy the unit. The housing agency wouldn't give us approval to occupy the unit until we complied with the UFAS diagrams and ANSI be darned.
Oh,
Yeah. So it just, I'm pointing out something that if you're working in DC right now, be aware there's a lot of back and forth about this one, and I've got two jobs right now where we've been forced to do this.
We ran into an inspector in Pittsburgh, again on UFAS, where he interpreted the 1.5 inch dimension, even in the corner. So if you can imagine, the corner of the shower radius is very tight. The corner radius of the continuous L bar or the continuous bar on that 60-inch shower is more rounded. And he said that our bar was not compliant because it was greater than 1.5 inches away in the corner. So we've had to go and get some custom bars made to meet the UFAS requirement of not being more than 1.5 inches away completely in a continuous L-shaped grab bar, even in the corner area. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but yes, UFAS inspectors are unique. Tub showers. Everything is exactly the same on the tub shower for ADA as it is for ANSI. The only thing that is an additionally required item is that 18-inch vertical entry bar. So whether it be the 36-inch shower, the 60-inch shower, or the tub shower, that 18-inch vertical entry bar makes it more of an ANSI requirement, or meets the ANSI requirement. Again, ANSI B The ANSI shower, minimum of 36 by 36. Clear floor space is 30 by 48. It's going to be reinforced for future grab bars and a future seat on the 36-inch shower. Again, the threshold, no limitations for the threshold. We make a bunch of product that both have a barrier-free threshold and has the 4-inch high threshold. We do also offer an HDPE hard plastic threshold that can be caulked into place on the barrier-free units. And then as you add grab bars and seats, that semi-permanent threshold can be removed. The repair agency can refinish it so that it would look brand new, and then you would have a shower with a low threshold. One of the things that sometimes gets confusing is thinking that this shower that you're going to add grab bars and seats to has to be part of your ADA requirement. It doesn't have to be ADA. Obviously, with the shower being a minimum of 36 by 36, you could have a 48-inch ANSI B or FHA shower. A 48-inch shower would never meet any of the ADA requirements. So if you have a 48-inch shower, it's not like you're trying to create that or make that, convert that into an ANSI or into an ADA shower. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, questions, concerns on ANSI? Okay, this will be my first attempt at
I do have one quick question. I work in the architecture department of the Paralyzed Veterans of America Veteran Service Organization, and many of our members talk about the use of the L-shape seats, and a lot of our members, when they transfer onto them, are often concerned of falling off because it's an L-shaped seat and they sit, let's say they transfer onto the long flat part, the L actually encroaches into their legs. They're almost sitting sideways. And I was just wondering, from a manufacturer point of view, do you guys provide just rectangular shape, or has there been any concerns of using or any other architects here maybe, on the webinar, having problems with inspectors about providing just a rectangular shaped bench versus the L-shaped bench?
From the manufacturer side, again, like the grab bar that was white or beige, if you want a rectangular seat, you need to write in your specifications that you want a rectangular seat, and we will most definitely give you one. Again, we have teak seats, we have HDPE seats, we have padded seats. All variations can be specified and installed at the manufacturing facility so that they come the way they're supposed to be. Did that get anywhere close to answering your question?
Yeah, I mean, my job often reports directly to the VA and the medical center, so it's a lot of talking with their design teams and their engineering staff to understand that graphically, everywhere you see an ADA or ANSI, there's the L-shaped bench, but our members and these patient bedrooms and bathrooms are designed specifically for spinal cord injury vets, that they prefer the rectangular benches. So it's just educational for the staff.
I got you. Tell us what you want and we'll get it. So again, I can kind of walk around to all the different things, different spots in this bath or in this trailer. So in front of us would be the boots, enameled steel tub, and then there's going to be some fiberglass reinforced wall panels that are there. This next tile unit does have a soap shelf area. So if you think about this area from here all the way up to the top, that wall is going to kind of angle out so that we get 3 inches of an area where a soap ledge can go, or not a soap ledge, but where this shelf can go. And then this is going to be a two-piece wall, one piece to here, and then the other piece from there up to the ceiling. And then from up to the ceiling, it's going to be a straight straight shot. But there's that's a one-piece wall panel. That's a two-piece wall panel. And then if there was a wall here, that would also be the same as the tub end. Quickly look at this swanstone vanity top. So again, it started out as two pieces, but the swanstone is basically adhered at the factory. So that's going to be a seamless transition between the countertop and the bowl assembly. On this side, we have again a Boots enameled steel base with the square drain. And then here's a start of our a shower door, right? So shower doors, that would be the barn style. There is an adjustment. So if the walls aren't plumb, that you wouldn't have a ghost door that closes or opens by itself. Again, this is going to be a swanstone solid surface wall panel with a different tile look. I'm going to try to zoom in here because it does have a grout line that looks kind of more like a grout line. But that's going to be a one-piece wall. There would be one seam here. So this was a wall panel. That would be a wall panel. And then obviously there would be one at the other side of the wall. Oops. See if I can. So here's going to be an ADA trench drain base, right? So 60 inches side to side, wall to wall, 32 inches front to back, 3/4 of an inch, designed to go directly on top of subfloor. A core drilled hole plus a little chip out is required for this trench drain. There is 2% slope from the back to the front, so we shove all the water to the front. Other people have asked for that trench drain to be in the back. If that trench drain in the back, that would mean that the front threshold would be that much thicker, so that we would be able to still have that slope to the back wall. Again, pictured in front of us is going to be a swanstone concrete colored wall with the large 24-inch by 12-inch tiles, and then another variation of a shower door on the wall there. Trying to get over to the front. This is going to be our IMI cultured marble, Mincy marble kind of equivalent. This would be that in that hospitality facility where they want that trench drain, whether it be right or left. And then try to zoom in on all of the wall patterns from IMI, whether it be the classic subway tile, the large 12 by 24 tiles. So again, all of the different wall patterns that are available. And again, there's going to be the shower door that can go in. So again, from a Clayton mobile home to the Boston Medical Center, a lot of products. Let me see if I can figure out how to get this done. I want to stop sharing for a second. I really want to hopefully you guys are seeing a website now called Comfort Designs.
We are.
Gotcha. I spend some of my time hovering over search, code compliant, NOD code compliant, Millennium, all that kind of thing, trench drain, Assura, compression molded, so that's going to be the Swanstone product. So if I was to click on code compliant, you then, here's the reminder of the ANSI bar. but there's ADA showers, there's ADA tub and showers, roll-in showers. Here's the alternate roll-in shower with the wing wall. Here's an ANSI B, and here's some FHA and VA type situations. So if I were to click on FHA ANSI B, I would get the SSB. SSB standing for solid surface material, B meaning it's a base. 3838 reminding you of your framing dimensions. 4.0 references the front threshold. ANSI B just reminding you that it meets the ANSI B requirement. SSB 5038 would be that 48 by 36 inch shower. Here's a 60 by 38. Here's an SST that has a tile look on the inside of it. 3838 BF, which means that it's going to be a barrier-free front threshold. 1.0 RRF means the return flange is there. Same thing here with the ANSI B. ANSI B, where this one has the grab bars and seats already installed. This would be just that bare shower with the reinforcements for the future bars, future seats. Here would be really our behavioral health unit. It does have that trench drain. It does have a molded seat. It does have the safe bars. That stainless steel grate is vandal resistant in that it has the ability that normally that stainless steel grate is held down by magnets, but the magnet can be removed, the tap can be put in, and a vandal resistant screw can be holding that down. So there's specification sheets, technical data sheets, and this BIM and CAD. When you click on this hyperlink for the CAD and BIM, you're going to be taken to CAD details. Again, their site requires a username and password, but the files are so large that we can't host them on our site, so we're paying CAD details to host them on their site. But this technical data page is going to give you on page 2 your framing dimensions. So here you have your width, 38 3/4, and then your D dimension, 36, would get you your framing requirements. And the framing requirements on the 36, if we look where that return flange is, that's that pocket depth of 36 1/4. And that threshold is farther out than that 36 1/4. Actually, the 1 inch from the back wall to the inside of that nailing flange. So there's the 1 inch there, takes you out to the threshold on the very front. I hope that was helpful. I hope that this was a helpful hour that you guys spent with me. Thanks for spending an hour with me. If I get everyone's architect AIA numbers, everyone will get the credits. And if anyone wants a certificate only, just need to get names of people that want certificates only. At this point, any questions, concerns? Did I confuse anybody?
No, I think you're all good. Thank you.
Thanks for the content. That's great.
I want to be helpful. Just let me know what I can do to help you.